Welcome to Only Frames, this is the home of below average pool, and today's matchup is Mark versus Lou. Mark already with the mind games making it look like Lou has the sweatiest palms. He probably does, to be fair, because he's playing a player who is much better than him. Lou is absolute rubbish. That's not fair for me to say, actually, because he did finish above me in the table of Division 2, getting himself into the silver knockout tournament. And he, at the moment, is in a semi-final versus Mark, who was a Div 1 player, ended up not quite qualifying for that gold tournament. So he is playing the rest of the scrubs from the top of Div 2 and those that didn't quite make it to the top of the league of Division 1. Should be a good matchup, hopefully. Now, this match is from our finals day, so pretty much most of the lads were here. And we've ordered the pizza in. That is why you can see Mark scoffing his face. Greasy hands and a cue is probably not the best combination. But Mark's no stranger to a greasy stick in his hand, so he should be alright. And we see Lou taking on this red into the middle pocket. It's not the cursed middle pocket, but it is a rubbish pot. So, well, not a pot. And Mark at the table. He is yellows. Some of those balls aren't quite nice, but they do all seem to have pockets. It's just whether or not he can find that route to knock them in. First ball down, not too shabby. Position could be a little bit better, but he does have the option to play this one closely into the bottom left pocket. That's nicely done. Screwing back a bit, giving position. Does that yellow go into the middle? Only thought about checking it just now, but he has got options to play other balls on the table. It's not the end of the world. Freeing that one up. Is it going to land kindly for him? It's going to land on the pocket that doesn't quite go, so he's got some magic to pull off here. A bit of a cut into the top. Or is he going to try and take the one off the rail? He's going to cut into the top pocket there. And does that go down? It's nowhere near. That is a completely different postcode in terms of closeness, and terrible, terrible pull. And Lou back at the table. Speaking of terrible pull, what are you going to give us, Lou? Hopefully something. Oh, he's got one ball down and oh, so ready to shout Lou ball there. That could have been another pound of charity, but not quite yet. I'm sure we will see plenty of those in the events to come. And playing this one off the bottom cushion. That's not too bad a finish, actually. Although, I think he has just knocked that yellow into a potable position for Mark. If he can get his route up the table towards it. It does drop into that middle pocket by the looks of it. So he may have just freed up one of Mark's balls. Mark is going to play a terrible shot, but he hasn't really left much on. This ball could sneak past, I think, but it is tight. I'm not sure Lou's going to take it. Maybe try and stitch up a bit here. Not really many places he can leave that ball safe, though. So is he going to attempt it? He is. Does it go? It's all right. No, it's hit a cushion. That may look like a familiar bald head in the background there. That is myself, Brad, playing darts against Joe and getting absolutely demolished despite myself owning a full setup in the pub in my garden and having a TikTok channel where I completed the road to 180 twice and have absolutely nothing to show for it because since then I haven't played and I am useless. Now remember to follow us so you can watch the final match of the silver tournament with Noel versus the winner of the game you are currently watching. Should be a good matchup. Noel dispatched Steve in the other semi-final, who will be lucky enough to face Mr. Nasty himself. That's my nickname for Noel, my nemesis. Anyway, back to the action, and two lovely rail shots from Mark as he still finished off his pizza, and he's wrestled a black into the top. It wasn't a bad effort, but he hasn't left Lou with the easiest of cuts into his middle pocket, if it even goes, or it doesn't when Lou plays it. And he's left a real stitch up there for Mark as he comes back to the table. He's been snookered by pure luck. Can he pull off something special on this? It looks pretty good. Oh, it's not quite. And he's going to leave that ball quite awkward on the cushion there. Lou, all he needs to do really, if he doesn't want to play this ball here, is just leave it down the other end of the table, tucked up. Block that route off if you can. Or is he going to try and pot some balls? He's going to be brave and pot some balls. He's feeling confident. He's planning his route. I don't know why I said that because he's definitely not planning his route. We've all seen how Lou plays. And he's not going to put it away. And he's going to leave an absolute sitter. What a silly, silly boy. You absolute numpty. 1-0 to Mark into the second frame. Lou ball! Thank you, editor. We have just witnessed from the break of this frame Mark putting down a Lou ball to give £1 to charity as per our new little side project we are doing. Charity money for any loo balls. I do believe we started on about £100 just as a donation, and the rest has been added on. But it wouldn't put it past me if Lou could done 137 just on his own. And now we see Lou taking this easiest ball into the middle pocket. He's actually put one down into the cursed pocket, although I don't think he could have missed it if he tried. I can't see where he has ended up because his luscious locks are in the way. And you are still watching Only Frames. This is not an advert for herbal essences, as you would have thought if you had just tuned into the back of Lou's head there. And this yellow is going down with some venom on that ball. Where's he ended up? He's got no idea. He doesn't think ahead. Nowhere near clearing that ball off the cushion, which I assume he was hoping for. And instead, he is going to try and play this long ball. Not the easiest of shots. Where's that cue ball going? It's absolutely fine. Where's that yellow going? Nowhere near. So, Mark back at the table. 3 reds remaining. They're not the best of balls, but they do all go. It's just whether or not, once again, he can find position. He's going to try and knock it away. He's done it worse and not put the ball down. I thought it had gone down. I hadn't even bothered to check if the red that was a given was actually going down or not. And it has not. So, we see Lou back at table. Lou appearing to just switch off there for a moment. Catatonic state, and he's going to do Mark a favour and give him 2 shots at the table and put a ball down while he's at it. Mark using his first of 2 shots to play the easy ball. Where's that cue ball going? No, it's okay. It's going to sit just before falling into that pocket. Not bad, and lovely position to leave himself down the rail. Now, how do you get yourself on the black? Oh, if that was intentional, that was a perfect play off of that knuckle there. I don't know if it was, but it was lovely. And does that go? It's a lovely pot. It's 2-0 to Mark. Lou's head must be gone because he is getting absolutely trounced in this semi-final. First to 4, and he's already halfway there, Mark. And Lou sinking one into the middle pocket. Not a bad pot position. Could have been a little bit further forward, but he does have an angle to bring himself down. As long as you don't hit it too hard. Oh, he's got lucky there that it's just clipped on the way back up. Otherwise, he would have rolled far too far up the table for any decent pots. And, yeah, that's all right. Leave yourself an angle. Don't hit them too hard, Lou. Even though you're trying to be soft, it's just that little bit too much. Now, he has an angle to come back up the table to just further than where he is now to have a route on that black. Can he pull it off? Does it drop? Oh, I didn't think it was going in, but it has gone in. He hasn't played it hard enough, though, to run that cue ball back up the table because he had a nice straight shot into the same pocket, and now he's left himself something awkward. He can try and play the double, which I think is his real only option. Has he got the angle on it from where that red is sitting? Oh, he's going to try and drop it into the middle, and it's nowhere near. So, Mark back at the table again. Once again, 4 balls remain. 4 balls that are all sitting quite nicely out in the open. If anyone can pull it off, it's Mark, because so far he has proven to be a man on a mission. He's going to try for the triple, I believe. It looking like it doesn't have enough legs. That is unfortunate. And Lou back at the table, probably going to try the cut because he's afraid of a Lou ball. So let's see how this goes. It does look like he's going for that cut into the middle pocket. It's going to be fine. Lou ball! £166 in the charity pot. Hang your head in shame, mister. He's complaining about something. I think he's saying, how has that happened? It's happened because you didn't hit the ball, you dipstick. Nowhere near. And now Mark going for first of his 2 shots, his free ball. He's going to take this into the pocket down below. Yeah, nice long pot. Oh, not opting for the middle pocket there. He's going to tap this one in. That's all right. Don't want to come off that. No swearing, please, Mark. And now he has a pretty awkward shot. This does just about cut. It's quite fine. Just, oh no, he's done a Lou. He's skimmed straight past. It's 2 shots to Lou. 2 shots which could always go wrong. We have seen how we play at OnlyFrames. But can he put it down on the first visit? He has. It's 2-1. Mark is leading this semi-final 2-1. It's first of 4. And Mark is on yellows. He is at the table. He is looking to put this down. It just about does so. Wiping its feet on the way, but it's got enough momentum to drop down. And now he has an opportunity, but he does have some really horribly tied up balls. He may be thinking about how he is going to clear them off. Maybe playing something off of the furthest yellow to the left. Give it a bit of power, come off the cushion and hit into him. He has done that shot, but with nowhere near enough power to move across the table. So in fact, it looks like he has stitched himself up even worse than he was. Maybe try and take this yellow with a bit of pace, just smack it and hope for the best. It's not going to tribble. It got a double kiss, which was unfortunate, but I don't see any other outcome from the shot being played there. And now Lou back at the table. He is going to try and take this red, which does go into the bottom left pocket. He probably thinks it doesn't quite go past, because I've seen him make calls like that before. But it does. It is fully open, and that pots nicely. Yes, just about. And good position. Could do a little bit further up the table, but it's really not bad. It is very doable into the cursed middle pocket. I guarantee that will be playing in Lou's mind right now. This is a cursed bag. The balls seem to jump out of it. No, he's put one down. He's played zero position for the black. He has a long pot. It obviously does go. How's your cue in, Lou? We've done the penalty shootout challenge many times now, and this shot is pretty much textbook for that challenge, and he has put some down before. I've watched him do it myself. In fact, we played it on this day, but that was nowhere near, not even close. And now Mark with a golden opportunity to seal a third frame in this game. Now he's going to try and take this cut. It does just about drop by as it wiggles his way into that pocket and left himself a nice little position there. Give it enough pace to move around the table. I don't know exactly where he wants to end up. Oh no, he's just going to play it nicely for a long pot. I thought he was going to try and come up behind it. Easy there. Bit like his weekend activities. And the long pot is nowhere near, not even close. Is he going to end up with a snooker somehow? Oh, that is some luck. That is diabolical that he's got away with that after an awful shot, and he's left poor Lou with this opportunity at the black. Say opportunity, it's not really. He's just got to try and touch it. Can he get to it? He's hit it dead centre of the ball. Made nice contact, but that is going absolutely nowhere. And now Mark left with a bit of position to either double or drop this into the middle pocket. He's opting for the middle pocket. It doesn't go once again. Mark, you've fallen from lofty highs of being 2-0 up, and now we can't even put a ball close to a pocket. I know it's the cursed middle pocket, but you have to actually reach the pockets for the curse to even come into effect. And now Lou trying another penalty shot on this black. Jesus, that is so far off. I don't even know what he was trying for. It looks more like he was going for a double. Terrible pull, and Mark smashing it. Not quite. Is he going to end up with a snooker again? He's left a really awkward one for Lou, and he's so happy with himself. That once again is atrocious behaviour, fluking his way out of trouble once again, and Lou can just about see the side of this ball. I don't think he's got enough of the centre of it to put that into the pocket. No, he's going to try for the double. It's close. Oh no! And now this is surely 3-1 to Mark, as he's got an easy cut into the middle pocket. Oh God, that wasn't even the cursed bag. That was just bad pull. And now we see Lou once again. Oh God, it's like the Okie Kokie. You got one in, one out, one in, one out, and a pot into the top right pocket where Brad is standing. And again, it's not even close. This frame is going to go on forever. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, finally. We say, Lou ball. This is absolute crap. Why are we tuning in for this? Oh, God. Calm and composed. There we go. Lou finishes that dreadful frame with a black as easy as you could ever get. And now we come into the fifth frame of the game. I had to do a bit of quick maths there. Not my strong suit. And this is Lou at the table, smashing them up on the break. He's going to play this one down the rail, going for the yellows. And that, again, is a terrible shot. And it's hit the cushion first. And Mark is now at the table. It is an open, free table, so he can go for any colour he wants. Yellows do look pretty fine if you ask me, and he's going to take that one easily. Bit of position there to wrap back around for the same pocket. Yep, nicely done. Back off the cushion, going for the same pocket. Don't run too far. Yep, he can still get that. And that is one corner of the table of problem balls cleared up, and absolutely zero position for his next shot. Can he see a route through there? I don't know if this was planned, but he can, and that is nicely done. I don't think that was an intentional position by any means, but it's worked out in his favour. And now we may be seeing the reverse dish. No, we are not, because once again, these players cannot seem to play a ball to the middle pocket. And Lou back to the table. He has an easier run of things now that there is far less yellows in his way. But can he play pool? Probably not. He's going to go for the stitch up. I love it. That is nice play actually, because Mark doesn't really have any options. There is the possibility of a cross double. No, he's not going to try it. He's just going to tap it away. He's betting on the fact that Lou cannot pot to save his life. So all he's got to do is put his ball into an open spot, and surely he gets another visit at the table when inevitably Lou plays something dreadful. But so far, one ball down. This is looking like a new man. He doesn't often put one ball down. Can he finish it with two? By finish it, I mean that would be the end of his run, because he's not going to get a third one, surely. Number two, eventually, he's got two. No, he doesn't have two balls in a row. I told you. Mark just had to play the game. Wait for Lou to make mistakes. He doesn't even need to try for snookers. He's confident he's always going to get a visit back at the table, and that was a lovely longer pot. Position is absolutely fine to put this black in. It's an easy shot. It goes nicely, and it is 3-2 to Mark. We've joined at an advanced stage of the 6th frame with Mark on the red balls. He has one hovering over the pocket. He can see enough of it to get onto it, so that is fine. It's whether or not he can bring that cue ball back down the table to make a shot on this red. Is he going to end up himself snookered? I think he can just see it. Maybe. He could, maybe not actually. He's scratching his head. Don't scratch too hard, Mark. Those 3 hairs you have on the back of your head won't last long. Come on, can you see this red? He can just about. He has clipped it enough to bring it up and hopefully back down the table with a bit more legs. That was going in. There's that little bit of a roll off as that red comes to a still there. There might be a bit of a thread underneath the cloth there or something, because that has happened a few times now. And Lou back at the table. He is looking at his options. Surely that is the ball to play into the corner here. Leave himself to plant into the opposite corner. Is he going to take the ball on the rail in the plant, or is he going to take the one that is almost straight onto it? I think he's going to go for the rail, which is the better option. It is the awkward ball. So can he play that nicely? He can. It goes. Lou has another plant available into the same pocket. It's surely the shot to go for. I don't really see anything else available for him. So let's see how your cueing is. Cueing over a ball. He doesn't really need to do a bridge hand there as high as he was, because he wasn't hampered behind anything, but it worked out in his favour, and he's going to try and wrap the ball back up the table. That is nicely done actually. He's played a little bit of position. He probably wasn't playing for this ball, but it's worked out, and he's going to put this down hopefully. Yeah, that is nicely done, and leaving nice position. All he's got to do is run through on this ball, bit of top, bring himself down the table in line with that black, and that will be frame. But you've got to pot the ball first, you silly, silly boy, you wazzock. That is nowhere near. And now Mark with one ball remaining. Is he going to try and play the triple, the double? He's going to try to stitch up. Nasty piece of work. And now Lou with not the nicest of visits to come. As he looks down the table, assessing his options. Does he come off the closest cushion to us here? Is he going to try and play up and down and risk the pot? What's he going to do? He's going to try for the closest cushion. It's a pretty thin angle. It looks like he's not even going to make contact with it. He's just about clipped it on the way past. That's not too shabby. Is he going to leave it awkward for Mark? No. Unfortunately, it's landed in a very potable position with enough room to screw back there and leave himself on the black. And this is for the game. That is Mark through to the final 4-2. Handshake with the greasy pizza hands. This has been Only Frames. Thanks for watching. And remember to like, follow, subscribe on all the socials.